And then if our time, we all throughout our life lived with this name, things will go smoothly. You would sleep with a peace of mind. Everybody here would wish to have this. I just want to sleep relaxed. It's a name, if it was taken away, corruption will take over, depression, chaos, and loss. It's a name that is so short, it is the smallest name which Allah has in terms of letters. And I'll tell you a verse that proves it. It's a name, brothers and sisters, that lately it has been taken away and we have seen the consequences. It's a name which Allah said, if this name were to face the falsehood, يَدْمَغُهُ. Wow. It knocks it out. Anything wrong, this name comes in, it's down. That's it. I was going to get a nice plate or actually a vase and then just smash it in front of you guys. No, for the ones that came for the first time, we don't usually talk this rough. But this talk needs some seriousness. We might laugh every once in a while, but it needs men. You know, for the brothers, we had the subject line, what? Now hiring men and sisters. Real sisters. Al-Haqq can mean the truth, preciseness, facts, rights of people. Al-Haqq, Haqq. It has a lot of meanings. And in the Quran, it can refer to Al-Quran. It can refer to justice. It can refer to hikmah, wisdom. And it can refer to knowledge. And it can refer to the Day of Judgment. All this is under Haqq. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I mentioned this hadith, the first talk about Allah's beautiful names. He was walking and he saw a man from Al-Ansar, from the people that lived in Medina. As he walked, and he was a shab, he was a young man. You guys, he was a young man, alright? The Prophet told him, how was your morning, Haritha or Harith? He said, أصبحت مؤمنا حقا. I woke up as a true. Haqq means what? Truth or right and this and that and every word that falls under this umbrella. He said, أصبحت مؤمنا حقا. The Prophet ﷺ told them, for every statement you gotta watch what you're saying. So for the ones that raise their hand, and inshallah all of you will raise your hand at the end of the talk by the will of Allah and throughout your life. The Prophet told them, look what you're saying, انظر لما تقول. For every statement which you say has to have a basis and a truth behind it. He said, oh Rasulullah, I understood life. I left this dunya. All these things which the girls and the guys are killing one another for, all the things that boys are obsessed about in high school, the things are improper, I left it. And I have made my night awakening. He used to pray at night. Put the alarm at 1 a.m. There's no alarm back then, but just an example. He'll put like an alarm at 1, 3 a.m., pray a couple of rak'ahs and go back to sleep. وَأَضْمَأْتُ نَهَارِي. And I made sure I fast during the day. He's a young man, just like you guys. Your age. He didn't say وَرَجُلٌ كَبِير or shaykh or old man. No. Then he said, look at this. It is as if I see Allah's throne in front of me, bariza, up high. Allah's throne. And as if I see the people in Jannah talking to one another. And as if I see the people in the hellfire being punished. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was so happy. He said, you got it. You got it. He's living on what? On al-haqq. He said, you got it. Stay on it. Falzam. Stick to what you got. Then he says, a believer whom Allah has enlightened his heart, this is a blessing. Harith, what he said afterwards, he said, oh Rasulullah, ask Allah to grant me shahada, martyrdom. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam went and made dua for him. Oh Allah, grant Haritha shahada, martyrdom. What's shahada? Shahada is like the people in Syria, people in Libya, people in Yemen. They're fighting for the sake of Allah, for the sake of al-haqq. Fighting for the sake of al-haqq, not nationalism, not for this or for that, for al-haqq. So he said, oh Rasulullah, grant me the reward, ask Allah to grant me shahada. So he made dua. Before I continue, the goal of this talk is 5. For you to live on the truth. For you to always say the truth. For you to never ever hide the truth. For you to die upon the truth. And 5th is for you to love the truth. Truth around you, love it. That's the goal of this talk. Haritha said, oh Rasulullah, grant me this dua. The Prophet made dua. He lived upon it, right? Is he going to die upon it? Let's see. He said, oh Rasulullah, grant me the shahada. So there's a battlefield or so on. So after some time, announcement came up. We need men to go and fight because something is going wrong. The first one to go on the horse, who was it? Haritha. He walks the talk. And it was said that he was the first one to die in the battlefield because he was sincerely on the haqq. And then the mother of Haritha came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. She told him, oh Rasulullah, my son Haritha passed away. So tell me, is he in Jannah so I can be relaxed and enjoy my life? Or is he in the hellfire so I can cry and weep until the end of this earth, until the end of my life? He said, Haritha is not in the Jannah. He is in Jinan. He is in multiple gardens and paradise. As I was translating this, I'm like, multiple Jannat or one Jannah is all good. It's like I'm telling you, the brother has the newest Mercedes. And Rasulullah said, no. That was Jannah. He has multiple. Not just cars, but mansions. He has Mercedes, Ferrari, Bugatti, a house in Miami, a house in Turkey, and a house in Italy. Not just one. Now I hope I got this a little clear to you. So then the mother of Haritha, who was hesitant, should I be happy or cry? She said, it was narrated that she went laughing. تضحك. Her son died, but he died on the truth. So as long as he died on it, let me laugh. تذهب تضحك, and she was so happy. And you know what she used to say? بخن يا حارثة. Oh, like, oh, you a baller. She's telling her son, he died, but he's a baller. This is the baller, the one that lives on the haqq, dies upon it. Not the one that pops his collar and keeps doing this. Where's the microphone? And keep doing this to you. That's not a baller. That's a punk. That's a loser. And may Allah make them repent. For the ones that came, he's like, what the heck is going on? We're just giving an example. This is what I wish. One more time, the goals. Help me out. To live on al-haqq. To always say al-haqq. To never hide. To die upon. And to love. Bismillah, let's go to the journey. Bismillah. What happens if al-haqq, Allah al-haqq, his name is al-haqq. If the ultimate truth, Allah did not allow us to learn the name of al-haqq, and there was no haqq on earth, what would happen? Oh, disaster. And Allah even answers the question for us. If there's no haqq on earth, you know what happens? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولو اتبع الحق أهواءهم لفسدت السماوات والأرض ومن فيهن. If haqq was not there and everyone would follow their desires and there is not an organized religion, Allah tells you the answer. When gay marriages is taken over the place and Washington is about to vote as a bill in the court that yes, it can be allowed, if this corruption would take all over the world in the space and the stars, لَفَسَدَتْ. The entire, not just world, but universe will be corrupted. The stars, the moons will be corrupted. Everything will be corrupted. If there's no haqq, the president in one country will say, the clouds don't rain there. Oh, oxygen, don't come to the people in Homs. Oh people, you know what? These should not drink. Clouds, stop. 4 seasons, no. For Canada, freezing. For Miami, nice and cool all year long. But Allah is Al-Haqq, and He refused this to happen. Let me give you some examples. When Al-Haqq was taken away and the consequences on earth. There's a civil engineer. True story. Civil engineer, he was assigned to build a building approximately about 4 floors, okay? 4 floors. As he was building 4 floors, something went to him and that he was somewhat bribed. How about you increase the levels and we will pay you more? But Al-Haqq is how many floors? About 4. The falsehood, al-batil, says put more, I'll give you money. And you guys, all of us go through this in our life. We have a scale. The scale that has al-haqq and scale that has a falsehood. You put extra 3 floors, we'll give you some money. Or you just want to maintain the 4 floors. What do you think this man chose? Al-haqq? No. He chose to live on the falsehood and not al-haqq. He built more floors. And this happened in Egypt, in a place called Al-Muhandisin. The building after some time collapsed. And the people left the city, and the whole city became corrupted. For one man not living on Al-Haqq. Brother, but some of us are not civil engineers, some of us are high school. I know there's some university students, but just give us something to relate to. For the ones that they were having their final exam, and the paper is right here, and that smart dude, that nerd is on the side, and question number 7B is really tough. This guy knows the answer. Al-Haqq is what? Look to your paper. You get the grade which you deserve. Al-Batil, falsehood, look there. And get whatever answer you want, but no, it's a falsehood. And no, anyone goes to the falsehood, he will fail or she will fail. So that man, guess what he chooses to? What do you think he chooses to do? He chooses to take the answer from the person on the side. He gets a really high grade. He applies for scholarship. He gets a scholarship. He applies for Waterloo. He gets into Waterloo. All this, does he deserve it? No, he did not live with Al-Haqq. Waterloo has a limited number of seats. This man who was really smart on the side applied for a scholarship, didn't work out because a person, there was only one scholarship, and this dude that cheated took it. Then he tried to apply to Waterloo. They rejected him because the seats are limited. Who took it? The guy on the falsehood. So this scenario happens so many places, and especially in the Muslim countries, is that when that person who was on the haqq studying and doing his best or her best, they end up saying what? I gotta go to immigrate to Canada. Because these countries, the Muslim countries, there's no haqq going on properly. And people are taking other people's position. And that person is being hired because he got hooked up. I'm more deserving. Al-Haqq says I should get hired, not you. Then people start shifting right and left, moving, and this guy who was on the falsehood was the reason of corrupting an entire family, having them go through misery. And inshallah, you will realize at the end of the talk how Al-Haqq is always victorious. Al-Haqq, sometimes the truth might not be clear. And one day you might say, brother, there's no more haqq to begin with. Everybody is messed up. Everybody cheats. Everybody does this and that. Brother, they make fun of me because they keep calling me I'm a virgin. You're 15 years old, you have no relationship? No. You're in university? Yes. No, don't say. I am. And they keep making fun of me. There's no more haqq. I tell you, live with Allah's name al-haqq even if the whole world is corrupted. Because when you love al-haqq, the truth, then it means that you have loved al-haqq, Allah. One more time. When you love al-haqq, the truth, it means that you have loved Allah al-haqq. It's a direct connection. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. In many instances, we see people of different levels. And then you rate yourself. Are you ready? You rate yourself where you're at. There are people that always stick to the truth. 10 people against one person. They're having a fight. Yeah, but I saw this person being bullied. I'm going to stand by him. Yes, but you'll be knocked out by 10 people. But this is the Haqq. Haqq. Through the qalqala. Some people are on the truth 24/7. Some people, I don't know where you're at. Sometimes you're, in some occasions you're this, and some other days you're there, by the way. One, always true. Two, you mix it up a little bit. I went to Wonderland, for example, the little kids, I went to Wonderland, true. I saw the biggest dinosaur. This is an example for the little ones. It's actually a clear example, is that they mix the truth with the false. You want to be a realistic example? Bro, you should see what this girl said. She said this, this and that, and like 7 out of 10 words, extra, bonus. This is my 2 cents. They mix the truth with the falsehood. Are you there? Yeah, okay, go on, brother. Some people, they're confused, they don't know. Oh, this is true or not. I'm just, I'm just going to have a friendship, you know what I mean? She's just like a girl in my group. I just want to make sure that we work and we cooperate properly. So after our group project, we're going to go for dinner. And then for some nice movie on the AMC theater in Divan Sharma. I don't know if this is right or wrong, but it looks pretty cool. But my intention, pure. Wallahi, just friendship, not even a touch. Some people are confused.